This is me preparing to kill you. Because we are live on Myth Brigade here on this fine Sunday. Round of applause from the cast, please. Show that you're happy to be here. Show that you're glad to be alive on this fine Sunday. You know, if
I'm glad. I am ecstatic.
You were ecstatic last time.
Joy.
You are joy. Well, I'm comfort. Together we're comfort and joy. That would be the word.
Speed.
Yeah. Okay, so we're here. Happy to be back. I'm going to tell you my story first. I survived Christmas decorations today, which is cool. It's made me want to celebrate more Festivus type holidays, things that only involve like a pole or like a, I don't know. But yeah,
airing of grievances.
Good for May Day.
Yeah.
Christmas weekend? Is that what you're celebrating? It involves a pole?
Yeah, exactly. Festivus pole.
Oh.
So a couple announcements. So first of all, we are doing a follower drive or subscriber drive. So our YouTube subscriptions are kind of pressing and creeping their way toward 2,000. We would like to invite you all to subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, the button's right there. If not, then go to YouTube/Myth Brigade and subscribe. Our 2,000th subscriber will get a care package from yours truly, including some Myth Brigade swag and some cool books that are still in the plastic that were gifts to us. Same thing with Twitch. So we are pushing toward 200 subscribers. We're at 156 right now, and our 200th subscriber will, in fact, get a similar care package.
Might also find human hair.
Yes, exactly. It's an internet mystery box. One of those strange. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, this is episode 3 of our V.I.L.E Dawn campaign. It's a Savage Worlds homegrown hybrid thing that we've been playing. But without further ado, I'm going to start with James. What's going on and what's going on in Mordred's head? Let's combine it into a one update. So how are you and how is Mordred?
I'm doing great. It's nice to be back here playing. It was only, 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think we left off a bit of a battle there. Took out a robot and some guys flying around on like hoverboards or something and disrupting a children's soccer game. Trying to save that guy's family. Forgot his name.
His name is Henry Bernfinger, and his daughter's name is Rose.
Yeah. I think we were victorious, but I don't think we know where the family is right now.
That's right. They drove off.
I know
they
exactly
fled.
where the family is.
You think you do. That's right. Awesome. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad Mordred's feeling all right. How did he feel about, murdering a bunch of, well, actually, I think you only attacked the robot right in front of children, showing off your stuff. Yeah.
But he
It was
totally trashed it.
Yeah, he did.
A true hero.
So that's a good segue. Eric, Spectral Avenger, how's he feeling other than dead? Is he,
Oh, you stole my thunder.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's good that we have saved the little girl wherever she might be because he never got a glimpse of her. but he's feeling kind of distracted by these side things and pulled away from his main task.
Fair enough. The side things being, of course, this nonsense with Bernfinger, and your main task being finding your murderer, right?
Correct.
Yeah, nice. Well, hopefully he can get back to that, because he's sort of faded to Mordred, so he can't go far from him. So unless
that's true.
Yeah.
So Mordred's cause is his cause for now.
Exactly. Block's Girl, Byron, welcome. How are you doing? And how's Block's Girl
doing
feeling
wonderful.
about all this stuff?
Well, pretty good. So, after watching her new intro video, seems that like she might need to change her character a little bit. She may have aged slightly and maybe learned how to ride a motorcycle. But
No. That was Mordred. That was Mordred. So
that was clearly Block's Girl on a motorcycle.
On the motorcycle was a dude. I can show you the rest of the footage. It's
Yeah,
really
like a dude.
Girl holding
I swear.
on a motorcycle.
Yeah, and it goes so the cinematic comes after, and it was hard. What was hard for me was finding a cinematic involving Legos that looked cool. You're not going to find that.
Because they just don't.
Yeah,
They just don't.
yeah.
They just don't.
Because Lego has a lot of money. They don't want that to be out there.
So yeah, but yeah, the motorcycle was in fact Mordred, and the girl. I couldn't find anyone that looked quite the part, but I needed some footage, so I did what I could. Did what I could.
It looked fun. It was wonderful.
So, it's like when this is
gotta
made
be
into a
happy.
documentary, that's the person who will do the reenacting. That's what.
Got
Nice.
it. Works for me. Nope.
Yeah.
Excited. Kicking around, trying to figure out what's going on with this whole situation here. Not exactly sure. We don't have the girl, and we also don't have Henry Bernfinger anymore. So we're kind of living up to our name as the worst superheroes ever.
Could somebody without creating an echo, could somebody check the audio on the stream just to make sure we're good?
I already did.
You did. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate that. That's a good segue. Tyler, how are you, and how's Red Rocket feeling about this situation?
I'm doing great. A little sleepy. Just got up from a nap. Pretty cool stuff. The Red Rocket's confused. Why that giant robot wanted the girl, and the Green Goblin style losers were here, but they're here for the box thing. Yeah, that thing.
That's right.
I gotta go. Yeah, the Red Rocket will take off. Go to the house.
Nice.
That's nice. Feeling fast.
So that's a good place to start. So I'll start some music. Let's. Time has not passed. So the Uber driver is a friendly young man dressed in a smart suit and wearing just a little too much cologne. It mixes with the heavy scent of a Jamaican pina colada air freshener for a sweet but dizzying scent. Block's Girl rolls her eyes as usual. Bass rumbles and thumps from the speakers of the car next to you. Makes it kind of difficult to hear the frantic news report from the speaker over your shoulder. Seeing you strain to listen, the driver turns up the volume. We join you live from the Freedom County soccer field, where it's reported that another terror attack interrupted an otherwise normal afternoon practice. Eyewitnesses describe a gang of attackers riding grav boards accompanied by a massive automaton. The purpose of the attack's unclear, but there are some remarkable similarities to the recent violent outbreak at the Bullseye Megastore. The announcer cuts to a reporter holding a microphone close to a wide-eyed soccer mom, though of course you can only hear that. The sky just opened up, and then they poured out like ravens or something. It was just awful. The reporter pauses for a moment, and there's a rustling as if she grabs the microphone. Oh, but there were also heroes. They came out of nowhere and saved the day. Descriptions of the vigilantes matched those given by witnesses on the scene at Bullseye, though no mention was made of a strange hippopotamus. All attempts to record video at the scene were heavily distorted as if by some kind of atmospheric anomaly. One thing's for certain, today's events have authorities wondering, have the villains returned, and who the HE double hockey sticks are these heroes? Time for the weather. You notice the driver's eyes Block's Girl fixed on you in the mirror. as if he's deep in thought. Over his shoulder, though, you notice a plume of smoke rising up from a four-way stop, maybe about 300 yards up, 200 yards. Brake lights flare as tires squeal and cars compensate. What do? You are going to wreck.
We're going to wreck?
This is Block's girl by herself in her Uber, heading to...
Oh, shit. Where am I heading?
You are heading to the Bernfinger's house, trying to catch up with Red Rocket.
Bernfinger's house, all by myself in my Uber.
Because Mordred and Spectral Avenger were on the motorcycle.
I will turn into a swarm of butterflies and go out the windows of the Uber.
All right. You had a roll to manifest that power, I think?
No, I actually don't. I don't think.
Okay. So, just as you... do you try to warn the dog? You just kind of poof and go out the window. Actually, I'm going to take that as what you do. I'm not going to ask you. So, first of all, the window's closed. But the good news is, when you become when you become the swarm of butterflies in the back seat, you have a front row view from a whole bunch of different perspectives. Right, as you're flying, you can see through all of their eyes. It's this really strange, dizzying sensation as you watch this guy plow into the back of a Range Rover. The window guy hits the steering wheel. The airbag goes off. He's fine, but obviously quite rattled as he looks in the rear view and he's bleeding a little bit out of his nose. There is a way to get out now because the front window is smashed. What do you do, Blocks?
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna tell him on my way out he should probably fix that.
Trouble is, butterflies have a hard time talking. So you say something, and is the kind of noise that kind of passes by as you flutter past and out. What do? You just kind of reform in front of him? He watches the butterflies like maybe he thinks he's having a concussion or something.
No, I'll just fly out and try to get an idea of what's going on here. Like maybe what caused this accident, if there's something ahead of this or...
No problem. So I'll pause you there. Red Rocket. So you hauling ass through the suburbs, pull up in the driveway. There's no car there. As you kind of, you can hear the brrrn, brrrn, brrrn of the Harley, kind of, or whatever the hell it is that you ride, Mordred. What kind of bike is that? Is it like a
Yamaha VMAX?
Okay. So yeah, nice deep rumbly voice, rumbly engine. You can hear that coming up in the distance. So you're here first. What do you do?
Well, they should be here, so maybe she's in the garage.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run around back.
Okay. So you
and see if I can find a way in.
You haul ass around the back. Give me a D6 roll. So you kind of rip through some of the landscaping with your speed. Nice. So there's a doggy door in the back.
Oh yeah.
As you kind of come running through the screen and then kind of running up, and they've got French doors and the main part of the house. But over to the right, it's like a little side entrance there. There is in fact a doggy door. So you go running in.
Burst in out of the place.
Okay. So you burst in. This scares the living shit out of what would appear to be another dog. It's a Cocker Spaniel style dog, but very old, and it's just kind of sleeping there next to the doggy door. And it kind of starts. Give me please a spirit roll. This dog snarls, and it's just blind in one eye and kind of gnarly teeth, and it just goes at you. What do you do?
I just move out of the way.
Oh, you just
gonna jump to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do that, and it obviously doesn't even kind of lashes out and bites at you with its nasty old dog breath, and then it comes at you again. This goes on for a couple seconds. Do you just keep evading it or what?
So I would eventually just talk to it and go, sit.
Give me I'm going to give it a spirit roll here. I think I can probably use no, I don't want to use that. Yeah. So Yeah, I'll take your spirit roll as it just basically runs and hauls ass into what would appear to be a side bedroom. As you speak to it, it kind of ears perk up and it just hauls ass, goes running off into the house. You're looking around. What do you do from there?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, I'm trying to find a way to the garage or to find them in the house.
Okay.
I would think it would find safety with them, so I'm going to follow it.
So you run in, looking around with your dog eyes, your little your nails kind of scratching on the linoleum as you go. You walk into a side bedroom. The bed's kind of disheveled. There's all kinds of like sort of big time Rush posters and things like that, sort of pop posters on the wall, and the decor suggests that it would be kind of a later teenage girl's room or someone that just likes that kind of stuff. Either way. What do you do? It's empty. There's no people in here. But the dog is clearly under the bed.
Where'd they go?
It doesn't answer you. It doesn't
I
answer.
know it doesn't.
You kind of hear it whimpering under the bed, like, Jesus, make it stop kind of thing.
I guess I just try to check the rest of the house.
You bolt through the rest of the house. You don't see anyone. There's no one here as yet. You notice the kitchen itself. It looks sort of like there's something in the crock pot. You can smell it. It smells really good. It's a strong, like a beef stew smell, like a Yankee pot roast kind of thing. Clear that she probably had that on all day and was planning the whole soccer thing or whatever. Some pictures around of she and Henry. Just normal house for the most part.
I'm gonna unplug the crock pot. I'm gonna use my arms. Just kind of take the crock pot.
You take the crock pot with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kind of carrying it.
Yeah. So you reach up with your arms and as you're pulling the thing down and you kind of look over and the dog at this point is kind of peeking around the corner and you look at it and it just literally hauls ass back into the room again. You've got the crock pot. You can add that to your inventory if you'd like.
Crock pot with beef stew.
Yep.
Pot roast.
What do you do with said crock pot?
I'm just gonna go outside, I guess. They're not here.
Okay, so you it takes some finagling to get out the doggy door with your robot arms extended, holding your.
I'll push the crock pot through and then walk through and retract the arms and then
Got it.
get back to the crock pot.
Okay.
This is gonna be a great dinner. It smells delicious.
Give me a notice check as you come back around to the front of the house.
I am.
Damn, you're on fire.
Horrible.
But that's okay.
Three ones in a row.
Yeah, but that's a 4 with your.
I'm very distracted with beef stew.
Yeah. So you've got this. As you step out of the house, you kind of come back around to the driveway and you look, and you see what would appear to be a plume of smoke. Nothing like a major building fire, but small, maybe like a lawn refuse or an auto accident or something of that sort.
Maybe we should crash your car. I didn't think of that. I'll kind of set the stew. I'll make sure the lid's on it tight, and I'll run over there.
Okay. So you can't run at full speed without spilling your stew. I will just say that.
No, that's what I said. I set it down.
Oh, you set it down.
I thought
you just okay. So you just put it in the driveway. So if they do come home behind you, okay, fair.
I can come back for it.
See, you put it
shouldn't
down.
go very far.
You put it down and haul ass. Now, again, at this point in time, there's people out and around. The person that noticed you is kind of far away, and it's you notice as you're starting to do your sprint. There's this guy who was walking behind his mower. He's stopped and he's got his sunglasses down, kind of looking from 4 houses away. He can't believe his eyes.
Is a nosy neighbor back?
Yeah, exactly. As you haul ass. Mordred, as you're coming into the neighborhood, Red Rocket with his arms still kind of folding behind him just zips past you, hauling ass the other direction. Seeing where he's headed, you see a plume of smoke as well.
Run around and head that way.
So you and Spectral Avenger and haul ass back that direction. Back to Blocks Girl. So Blocks, you are flittering as butterflies, and again, it makes it a little weird to see what's going on, but it looks like there is a good-sized truck for Crystal Fresh Water Company, and a familiar car has T-boned the living hell out of that, as it seems to have missed the point of the four-way stop and crashed into the very side of it. So the Crystal Fresh Water Company, you recognize that more from the logo than the words because it's so mashed in. The driver is out. It's a black guy. He's got kind of overalls on. He doesn't look like he's hurt. He's a little roughed up, but he is leaning against the van with this really weird look on his face. How do you proceed as you're fluttering around?
Gonna go that direction.
Okay. Start heading that direction. People are getting out of their cars. Of course, the Uber that you were in rear-ended someone. There's an argument going on. And the driver, you hear him going, "Look at the butterflies. Look at them." Oh. And the guy's like, "Oh, ain't no butterflies. What the fuck?" He's just screaming at him. Anyway, camera flashes back, and you're approaching. You can hear in the distance sonic booms, common these days. What do you do?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to fly as close as I can. Butterflies aren't really fast flyers, but they are decent flyers.
Yeah. So you can absolutely get there, which you do. So you, I think I'm going to change your camera around a little bit. I'm missing your head. There you are. Sorry. So you approach, and you just flitter and flutter around there, or do you return to your normal form? How does that work?
Yeah, I'll sit on top of the truck.
Okay.
Try to get an idea of what kind of thing's going on. Just land on top of the Crystal Water Fresh truck and look down on what's going on here.
Yeah. So you kind of flutter in, land on top of this truck, and it's a good sized van. There's water everywhere. It was clearly full of these really big, kind of 5-gallon office water things, smashed into, just leaked everywhere. So as you sit there, you can hear, "Oh man, you ain't gonna believe this shit. I don't even know how to tell you this. I've been in an accident." He's talking on his cell phone as he's leaning up against the van.
Perfect.
And here, you can't really hear what's going on the other side. Yeah, I know. No, I had the right of way. Yeah. No, I called the cops. They on the way. Yeah. Yeah, okay. No, I'm fine. The van is messed up, though. This bitch just flew. That ain't even the hard part, though. That ain't even... will you just let me... He pulls the phone away from his head as if he's been hung up on.
Nice.
Motherfucker, he says.
All right. I guess I'll kind of jump down off the top of the truck.
Okay, like in your form.
Yeah, do a little superhero landing.
Okay, give me... I'm going to give a notice check for him. Let's see. Probably not. Nope. So you jump down pretty much right next to him, and with a bit of a spattering because you hit the water, he jumps back, and yeah. What were you attempting to do? You kind of stumble actually. Yeah, almost roll your ankle. What the fuck? As he jumps back. What the hell are you doing on top of my van?
Watching.
Watching what? He says. You crazy. He steps back.
I've been accused of that before.
Well, you ain't not to be in here. There's been a wreck. And a couple other people are kind of coming up, and, I saw the whole thing, whatever. And you notice everyone that is very close all seem to have a very similar, terrified expression on their faces.
I really want to know what's going on in the van. That's
Okay.
kind of my focus. Is the side door open or anything?
The side door is crumpled in at this point. That's where it was hit.
Oh.
And so you can pretty well see in there. It's kind of just literally folded in and pulled away from the seams. So you can kind of glance in there.
Okay. I'm scared, but I will.
Okay. So you go up and look. Give me a notice check. Let's see what you see.
That wild,
Damn, that wild eye saved
Is
your
this
life.
thing fucking loaded? All 5 last rolls have been natural ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something's wrong.
I installed the plugin. So
I think James forgot to put his hack in.
yeah, exactly. Don't turn on your API. So you look in there, and it's just shattered water bottles. There are these racks on the sides where these things are put basically in two tiers, and that's just completely wrecked. This is just a legitimate water delivery truck. Looks like it. If you had to guess, based on the lack of skid marks with that roll, by the way, it looks like he was going. He probably did have the right of way, and the skid marks that you see leading up to it's like Henry's wife did probably hit the brake pretty hard at the last second.
No, I think I may have misled you. I'm looking at the Bernfinger van, not the water truck.
Okay. Got it. So I'm sorry. So yeah,
That's okay.
You do notice all of this. The crazy part, there's no driver in the Bernfinger van. You can hear in the distance coming up. The really troubling part, though, and I'm going to need a spirit roll for this, Black Squirrel.
Seriously, what is going on?
Yeah, no, I love this. This is good times. It's my turn.
I get a chance.
Yeah, so you look in, Blocks Girl, and you kind of are surveying, and there is a girl there. It's Rose. You see her form as you're kind of coming around the glare off of the windshield. You can't really make out her face, but you can see the girl. She's sort of slumped over. And as you round the corner, her skull from eyebrows up is gone. And it is hollow. You are obviously terrified by this, right? You just kind of this is not something you're used to seeing. How do you react to that?
I probably fall back on the ground and just sit down and just pull my legs up and just start fucking crying.
Okay. You do. And this guy comes around in his jumpsuit. Girl, I told you you ought not to be up in here. You crazy. Now come on. And he comes in. He's trying to help you up. Come over here, babe. Come over. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
He doesn't have a head.
I know. I saw it. At least there wasn't no blood. He says, as he takes you over to the sidewalk, and he stands in between you and the car. Don't look back that way. Where's your mama at?
Dad?
In the accident? He says.
No.
Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, the police going to be here soon. And then right about this time, Rocket, you pull up. You arrive. You see the Uber, right? So you arrive. You're coming up on the tail end of what looked to be a very brief fist fight, right? As you come up, the driver's down on the ground. There's kind of hillbilly guy that's just like pointing down at him, yelling something about fucking butterflies. You appear. What do you do?
So I just kind of look around to see what's going on.
Yeah. So you see basically everything. You obviously don't know what's going on in the van. Wow. Okay. So looking around with a notice roll of 13, the first thing you notice is basically everything I just described. So I would assume you can meta the hell out of this, right? Just from showing up, and also you also notice Mordred has pulled up. But what do you do with this information as you kind of look around and you see all these kind of situations popping up?
So,
You hear, "Mommy, a dog! Get back in the car. It's not safe." His mommy says, "But there's a doggy. He's going to get hurt. I'll get him." And he starts walking over toward you. "Oh, it's a service dog," she says, looking at your
yeah, my
your
little vest has a big rocket on it. I guess I'm gonna go investigate the van.
Okay, do you
recognize
haul ass?
I just walk away from. No, I don't. Just
Okay,
kind of prance over there.
Run underneath the car.
She seems to
kind of like
think
run
better.
underneath the cars and like around.
I forgot to show you guys the sweet picture of the four-way stop. Just in case you don't know what a four-way stop looks like, right?
That's what they look like.
Yeah, that's
I
a
bet you
four-way
took this a
stop.
block from your house.
Yeah, I tried to find one with an auto accident that looked good, but no. So you trot away. She seems to not want to stray too far from her kids, so she goes back to her car. Cars are not, interestingly enough, pulling around this situation. So you kind of move up that way. Mordred, you arrive and are parking as this is happening. You notice Block's girl's off to the side crying, and there's this water delivery guy who's got his arms around her and consoling her and just explaining. You come up right about on the tail end of the whole good thing there was no blood conversation.
What happened, dear? Where's the girl? Where's the mom?
Kind of stand up, and I would like, he's dead.
Look at him, or look at her, look at the car, go over to the car.
Okay, so you go over to the car. Spectral Avenger, you're kind of come into being there off of the motorcycle. What are you doing as he's walking over toward the vehicle? You're on mute again.
Accidentally, I follow him.
Okay.
I'm more interested in the van than anything else.
Okay. So as you two approach, Bloxor, you see them just as they're looking into the car. You kind of catch them out of the corner of your eye. It gives you a little bit of a boost in confidence. Mordred, you see the same thing that I described. Give me a notice roll, though, as you approach. Nice. So with the wild eye allows you to pick up on something initially which avoids the fear factor, right? Plus you've seen it all, as old as you are. Her head is hollow. And where you would expect gray matter to be and maybe be splattered all over the dashboard, there's no blood whatsoever. There is, however, a series of wires and other things where something appears to have been removed from a bowl-shaped socket in her head, and where the crown of her head basically is laying down on the console as if it was just popped off.
They took her brain?
He says.
Well, what I think happened is I just kind of interrupt his thought process. Well, I think she might have been the thing we were looking for.
He says this now. Spectral Avenger, how do you react to this?
She was a machine.
Maybe she was the box, whatever Henry was working on. He just disguised it as his daughter?
Anything in your bag of tricks, Donovan, to see how this person died, like in the TV shows or something?
No.
Oh, shit.
We could take her body and I could investigate the wiring and stuff like that. That might cause a scene.
I don't think she's a person.
I look in the driver's seat, where any sign of the mom, is that side open? And
yeah, the door is open. And interestingly, now that you're here and you're kind of looking for this, I mean, in the sort of the heat of the moment, this was overlooked, but the door is open too far. Right, it's as if you open the door, say 10 degrees, a little too. It's kind of bent. There is no driver, and you do notice as well that the seatbelt appears to have been sort of ripped out of its lock. It's busted open.
They took the mom and took a brain. Where the hell did they go?
You say that, and you hear, it was horrible. I saw it all. Guy says. He's sitting on the curb next to a Vespa, which has been laid down.
What? Let's see if I can get the mom sent.
Okay. Give me a notice check at -2. Mordred, what do you do as this guy says this to you?
Walk over to that guy. Tell me what you saw.
Well, she she came out of nowhere, and I fell and almost hit my head on this fire hydrant. And I mean, seriously, I never wear a helmet. I don't ever have to wear a helmet around here because it's so safe, right?
Stay on point. What did you see?
All right. So then, like, I look up, but she just rams into this van. And that dude, I mean, man, I'm surprised he's not dead. He like flew off to the side. He was like on the phone or something. And then this thing came out of nowhere. And it ripped the door open and it grabbed her and he points his finger across the street in the tree. There's a mangled corpse dangling up in the tree, thrown at great velocity and bending its way around the wood. She's up there. You can see even from here the Rocket, you pick up that scent. And then it pulls the girl's head off. He sobs.
Where did it go?
That way, he says, just pointing kind of down the road.
No.
He says something about oh God, I don't even know. He might know. He was right there. He was hiding next to the van in the car. Pointing over to the delivery guy.
I go over to that guy.
Okay. Rocket, as you pick up the scent, we haven't heard from Block's girl in a while. What's she doing real quick?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how much of that I can overhear or how close that is to me, actually. But if she overheard, like, any of the description of Rose, like, not being actually human, she'd kind of maybe come to her senses a little bit. Her science side would kind of bring her back to reality a little bit. And she would probably feel determined to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Some more.
So you move over toward the car?
Yeah, she would re-engage to the group.
Okay. So you kind of return over by Mordred and the Spectral Avenger, and you kind of come in at the very tail end when he's pointing up in the tree. I'm assuming you would see him point. You're not sure what he says, but you get the visual for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll kind of pay attention. I'm kind of letting Mordred kind of take the lead on this.
Okay. So he turns and walks past you, going over toward the water delivery person, which has him approaching Rocket. So now you're kind of all together at this point around this delivery driver. He kind of looking up. Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Y'all weren't hurt, was you? He says.
You saw what killed them. Tell me what you saw there.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh.
You want him to draw a sword? You want him to draw a sword? Is that what you said?
Oh,
He kind of looks at you. You don't want to be messing with that. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Not since the villains left. That shit came out of nowhere like it jumped from far away, slammed down, bent the door open, grabbed the girl out, threw her way over there, looking up into the tree, and then come around and did something. I think it must have killed the girl, and then man, he was talking about some shit about a bookstore, and then out it went. I don't know. I'm gonna get fired, he says. This little girl's looking for a mom. Whoa. He notices. Spectral Avenger, please give me a D4 roll for his spirit to see if he can.
Yeah, I'm a talking dog. You're literally a ghost.
So as he's finishing that, he kind of glances and he goes, "Oh, hell no, Jesus, and he just hauls ass up the sidewalk. There's a ghost! Somebody died and there's a ghost! As he runs off into the distance. And people just. What do you do? I didn't make these characters. I'm just reacting to them.
Regretting every minute of it.
I don't know what regret is. Red Rocket's perfect.
Can you calm him down and bring him back, Donovan?
Me? Sure. I try to mind control him.
Okay. Give me a roll. And how does he resist that? Spirit?
It's an opposed smarts roll.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go get in the van and check out what's left of her scalp.
Oh, sorry. Is it you didn't no, you didn't get a raise or anything. So he succeeds. Who wins in a tie? If both sides win, how does it work?
I don't know.
Because you didn't get a raise. Okay. I'm going to assume that the terrified man keeps running.
It just says with success, the target becomes a puppet.
Yeah. So you hear, as you're kind of thinking, blah, 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 you hear, "Not today, Satan, not today," and he's just fucking running, man. It's not going to work on him.
He's too scared.
Damn it.
As are most of the people that you're moving toward, because you're having to follow. He's running, right? So you're having to kind of follow him. And so they're just like this mass of people running away from this kind of minor fender bender, the people that come out. Thankfully, the sunlight doesn't allow everyone to see you, but enough, or just like, what? Like maybe there was something to what he just said. Okay, so we come back to Block's girl.
Well, at this point, like he said something about a bookstore. I think he's talking about your bookstore, because remember we had Henry's phone there.
Oh shit!
Title of this episode: Oh shit.
You must think Henry's there.
Get on my bike.
Meanwhile, Rocket, you're stealthing around. What are you stealthing around for?
I'm gonna stealth into the van and pull out my arms and begin to look at the electronics in Rose's skull.
Okay. You're gonna need a little more time to check her out. But what I'll give you is, do you have some knowledge science type stuff?
I do have science.
What? Yeah, give me that. Give me a roll on that.
I have good science too.
Wow, good. Okay. This is unfamiliar to you, but it's not terrifying, right? So you get it. There's a socket which provides very high bandwidth and a significant amount of power as well that has been, that is there to afford a connection. Whatever was in there was removed without, ripping any wires. It wasn't hardwired in. It's as if literally it's like, think of it as like a modular piece. And interestingly, the flesh, though, was torn back. It was like pulled and to a point of stretching and then popped. Think of it like rubber being stretched beyond its capability. Android brain comes to mind. You've heard of such things. Some of your colleagues before the accident were working on things like this. It's not unheard of.
Very interesting. I'd like to get further look.
So as you're picking around, so Rocket's disappeared. Mordred runs to jump on his motorcycle.
Rusty steed.
Blocks, what do? Do you jump on the motorcycle or do you call another Uber?
The motorcycle. I'm tired of this telecalling Uber shit.
Give me a smarts check.
Me?
Yeah. There's a scooter over there. You think to yourself.
Absolutely not.
Oh, Vespa. Steal the Vespa.
Yeah. Yeah, so you jump on the back of Mordred's motorcycle.
I'm going to be the last one there again if I get on the Vespa. I'm like,
yeah.
no.
Mordred, the anytime if sensing her on the back, you were kind of a little more cautious, I would guess, right? But just keep in mind that if this ever happens, it will require a strength roll or injury could happen because of how fast this thing can go. This is crazy, Blocks. It's just, and you just, everything's a blur. And then you kind of hear this, and you look over your shoulder, and Donovan is sitting inside of you, and his head is emerging from your shoulder. And he kind of turns and looks at you with his non-corporeal face.
I don't know how I would react to that.
Are you checking?
I would probably freak out. Apparently, I'm okay.
Yeah. No, you just, there's this moment where you're like, this is so metal. Okay.
It's going to be the slime.
So you haul ass. Red Rocket, you see the Mordred bike haul ass out of view.
So, do I have to use the wild die? All right.
What are you trying to determine?
So I'm making a spirits roll to see if if I'd be more interested in figuring out what's actually going on with her than following that.
Yeah, you just roll a 1d6 or whatever. What's up, Thorg? We are back. Damn it, episode 3.
So I rolled my spirits, but I got the opposite ends of the spectrum. I got a great success on the wild die.
Yep.
I'll just take the regular die.
Okay.
Because that's really what I was rolling. So I would just stay and continue to look at what's going on in her brain.
Okay, so you stay and look, oblivious to the fact that police are coming up and.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. At the moment,
and having no idea where we went.
Yeah. At the moment, the cops are kind of over by where the fight was happening, right? And they're kind of having that conversation. The guy's there with his thumbs hooked in his belt loops. There's another car with an ambulance coming up the other side of the four-way stop. You can hear the sirens. Okay, so what do you? I'll give you another science check while you're looking.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a penny.
Okay, spin that Benny. By the way, draw your bennies if you haven't already.
There we go.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to let you ask me 2 questions, and I will have to answer you at least vaguely.
Did the device in her skull have a tracking capability?
Okay. Yes, clearly. You can tell from the circuitry because, in comic books, you can do this, right? So you just kind of glance it over, and yeah, there is absolutely a geolocation subsystem. It's a module. That part's still plugged in. If you're looking for, wait, I'm sorry. Yes, is that, never mind. Scratch that thing about it being still plugged in. It is with the thing, wherever it may be.
Wherever it may be, there's some ability to locate it.
Yes.
Could I know who created it?
Interesting.
I imagine with like a lot of bigger tech companies, they leave some sort of design specifically to identify that company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would there be something like that?
So you look into the circuitry, and there's this moment where you get this kind of chill and your hair stands up. There's a very familiar V stamped on the circuit board. It's in white, as all are. But it's V.I.L.E Industries, the maker of that game, the maker of the AI that Bernfinger seemed to be worried about. The other thing that you notice as you pursue this line is that all the parts aren't that way. So in the couple seconds you have to kind of glance before the cops get there, you're kind of looking around, you realize that it seems to be this core that was kind of layered in here. That belongs to V.I.L.E Industries, and the rest seems to be maybe from Radio Shack, from, parts.com or whatever.
So what Rocket is thinking at this time is that V.I.L.E created the shell that carried Henry's like masterpiece, I guess, whatever he called it. Tyler actually forgets what he called it. But yeah, that's my current thought process.
Awesome. I'm just removing Benny's here.
Yeah, I tried to move it off the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, so you're there, and at this point, the door opens. There's a cop there. There's a paramedic with him, with gloves on, kind of coming up. He looks in, says something about where's the driver go, whatever. Oh, this dog. Hey, get off there, get off there. Oh, what the? He's gonna
just get your sergeant, whoever's in charge. It's
say
gonna
that?
be awkward from here. Let's just break the ice.
Okay, he stops.
He's going there.
He stops, and clearly he's seen it all, right? Like he's looking over the scene. He's already figured out that there's no blood. He's already kind of glanced over this thing. A talking fucking dog?
I'm a fucking scientist.
Yeah.
First of all,
I'm
also a dog. That's also a thing. But
you make this thing? He points to the.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out who made it.
Oh. All right, buddy. Well, were you driving? You can't have a license.
Of course, fucking not.
Okay, who was driving?
Even if I was, I don't. She's in the tree. You can smell her.
Oh, hey, over here in the tree, over here. They all kind of rush over, as you would, with this situation, this kind of broken, sagging sack of skin in the tree. Yeah, so what do? You've successfully distracted them. Give yourself a Benny for that, please.
Oh, yeah.
That's how this works.
Go back to 3. I'm actually going to stay.
Okay, so you hang out. So you're just kind of poking around. Yeah. So we'll assume that took about 10 minutes, which is right about the appropriate amount of time for the drive. So you kind of pull up. It's a very awkward kind of as Block's girl does this, but Donovan doesn't react to, kind of physics the way. So she's kind of coming in that sort of thing. What do you do when you arrive at the store?
Go right in. It's my place.
Okay, you do. So you pull up.
That's fair.
You all kind of walk up to the door. How do you approach? Do you just kind of roll up like you usually would?
Yeah.
Okay. Closed sign is flipped around. The door's locked. Do you have an electronic lock or anything fancy, or just an old school key?
Old school key.
Okay. So you pull it out. It's one of those retail store things you got to turn like 77 times before it clicks. And so you open the door, you walk in. The familiar
there was no damage to the front or anything, and no one's obviously busted down the door.
No. And I think it was a Saturday, wasn't it? It was something I don't remember, to be honest. But yeah. So you approach. There's no damage. You smell the books. It's a very just paper, leather, cat shit.
Take a quick look around, and guess he hasn't gotten here yet, or this wasn't the place.
Okay. So you're all here. Spectral Avenger, what do? You just kind of hover and float around, or what?
Keep an eye outside, because if it's on its way here, but it's not here yet, don't want to be surprised.
Okay. Fair enough. So Bernfinger, is would be upstairs, you think, in your apartment. Block's girl, what about you? So
he took off. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, remember?
Oh, that's right. He was in a car. He was in a car. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, he paid the Uber with his little neck brace to go somewhere.
Yes.
Shit. Like, I don't know. I guess look around outside.
You look
see if there's any evidence of anything.
Yeah, there is, in fact. So a familiar Uber, not the one that you just wrecked, but another one, pulls up. And you hear beep, beep, beep.
All right, I'll look over.
At what?
Walk up to the Uber.
Okay, so you walk over to the Uber. You kind of look in there. There's no one sitting on either side, but you can see the crown of someone's head and some hair leaning against the passenger side door on the back seat as this thing's pulled up. The driver's pointing back in the back.
Like, look in there.
You see Bernfinger there in the car, as expected.
What are you doing?
You open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, his head flops back.
Neck falling.
This is the only place. This is the only place I could go that was safe. I had hoped you would return.
Well, yeah, we tried to tell you that.
Can you help me out? He's laying here. Yes. Can you get him out of my car? The guy says.
I'll drag him out of the car.
You drag him out. Okay. So I'm guessing you're pretty strong, right? Black Girl's like not super strength, but no, she's
Not really.
just average. Okay. So you.
Wild.
Yeah.
I manage it though.
Yeah, you do. You sure do. You drag him up to the door, and then you find yourself in, and you guys through the storefront window see Blocks dragging. Looks like a dead body, basically. There's some guy, and then you notice the shirt, and you put two and two together. She's trying to get Bernfinger in the door. I'm assuming you help, right? You put him on,
grab him, not gently, because I'm angry at him. It's like, you fucking coward. You left. Your wife is dead. Your daughter had her brain ripped out.
His eyes just like
Piece of shit. Just took off.
What'd you expect me to do? I'm paralyzed. I can't move my fucking legs, he says. Did you just say my wife's dead? He says.
Just put him in the chair.
He
Ruined now.
Yeah, he starts crying for sure. Rose? What did you say about Rose?
Her brain was taken out.
No.
Skull off. Brain gone.
No. It can't be. It can't be, he says. Give me a notice check, please.
Get them.
No. You're just enraged. You're just
Yeah, just pacing and angry.
Blocks. This dude just moved his ankle as he's kind of and his emotions took him. He moved his ankle and his wrist a little.
Interesting.
Get me to the.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. Okay. You're just like, huh?
Horrible, man.
Yeah. So you say you put him on the couch, Mordred?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Where would they take her?
I don't know. Where's the rest of her? He says. Is she safe?
Still in the van.
Oh, the van. I don't understand. You have to tell me everything, he says.
There was a car accident.
It's a car accident. It's a car accident. She's very fragile. She's very fragile. You must bring her to me. You must bring her to me. Until we can recover her brain.
Fine, I'll go get her.
I'm not sure the police are going to let you.
I don't think they can stop me.
That's valid.
How far away are we from the accident?
Is it was like 2 miles or something? Not very far. Yeah. Actually, from the bookstore, that's not true. It's 2 miles from his house. So you're probably about.
You said it was 10 minutes.
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
Talk to them.
Depending on in traffic, it'd be worse. But yeah, it's about 10 minutes. On Mordred's motorcycle going Mordred speed, though, right?
So it's a ways.
Yeah. It's in the suburbs. You're in the city, so. But you could get there quickly if you need to. Mordred has
How
proven.
about just up, over, and then back down?
Okay, so.
I was wondering more if I could contact Red Rocket to tell him not to let anything happen to the robot, but it's too far away.
Okay, yeah, for sure. And we'll build on that, by the way, Eric. I think we need to look at that. limitation. So with that happening in the background, Rocket, so you're there. The cops are now tons. There's like a sort of crowd around this tree where this woman is hung, and there's all this conversations. That you see a news van show up. What do?
So I'm gonna kind of pretend to be a dog.
Okay.
And just stay with the girl's body.
Stay with the okay. Just kind of hang out in the back seat with the girl's body. Okay. Do you stay where you can watch? Do you lay down on the seat? What do you do? Because there's some.
I stay where I can watch, and I'm literally talking to the police officer that's there. So.
Okay. So he's left. So the cop and the paramedic, the paramedics and the cop basically have dismissed this as robot.
So
worst situation.
Yeah. Can I reattach her head?
You can.
So she looks kind of like one piece.
Yeah. You can put the cap back on.
There'll be a seam, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, there will. So you put the cap back on. I'm going to assume that that's the benefit of your science capability as well.
Sure.
Kind of put it on, but yeah, because it actually looks a little scarier now, because remember the skin was stretched until it popped off. It wasn't cut or anything, so it's kind of hanging down weird in her face, but there's still no blood, so that's fine. She's just there in the seat. You're kind of there, kind of up on the dash looking. I'm
just kind of watching everything.
Okay. So you're watching. They're starting to extract her body from the tree. There's a whole crowd kind of focused over there. There are multiple cops around talking to the other people who had fender benders behind you. It's sort of the Uber that Blocks came up in. But yeah, so how long do you wait and watch?
So I asked the guy to go get like the dude in charge.
Okay.
The sergeant. So pretty much till he shows up.
Okay. So distracted as he was by the situation, and he's over there. It takes about 20 minutes. They're focusing mostly on attempting to stabilize the situation in the tree, which has clearly become more of a body removal situation. But as you watch, it's really nauseating because she was thrown so hard that she's literally like knitted in and around some of these branches. It's really horrific. Yeah. So, yes.
And I kind of lick it up. God damn it!
Fuck. That's gross. My dog does that though. Okay. So you have some leftover kibble or whatever you had for breakfast. Cheerios.
Ooh, I still got that beef stew whenever I go back to the house.
Yeah. Two cops approach. As you're finishing up your vomit, you're kind of they come up to the window and look. The guy says, "Yeah, it's a talking dog in there." Oh, there you see, right there. Some talking dog. You Hey, buddy, you still there? Hey, talk to him.
No, I'm here. It's okay.
You bark at him, and the one guy looks at him, and you say that. He goes, "Holy shit! It does talk." I know, right? And it's a robot. Oh, this is getting weirder. Oh, you think this has something to do with
the thing that happened at the superstore? Yeah, I was there too.
Wait a minute.
I can explain the whole thing.
Yeah, I read that shit online. I thought that was just BS. I thought it was clickbait, but yeah, they said there was a talking dog there.
Yeah. It's hard to believe.
Are you, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but you some kind of like mutant? He says.
In a way, I guess, yeah. The mutated genes that cause the dog to gain super speed would, yeah, kind of.
So, yeah, you're a mutant.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I thought all you types got zapped away. What, are you coming back? You coming back? My job would be a lot fucking easier if Power Guy was around.
Hey, man, I don't fucking know what's going on.
Okay, so what's with the
I'm
robot?
I'm kind of like trapped in a dog's body, so like I'm not really super, but like I'm here.
So, you notice the green light on this guy's body cam as you're talking.
I'm gonna take it.
You're gonna take his body cam?
Yeah, and I'm literally just gonna shake my hand so fast that it explodes.
Okay. Give me. All right. Fine. Give me. Give me an agility roll. Actually, let's call it fighting. We'll just use a fighting roll for that.
Okay.
To gain the grip. Okay. So the 4 wins. So you reach out and grasp, and then he reacts. So give me it's basically strapped to him to a point where it's meant to stay on. So you pull him forward into the window of the car. So he's kind of like, oh, yo, what the, hey. The other guy engages and goes for his firearm. Let go of me, man.
What you guys want to do? I leave it on him and shake it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Give me a strength roll. We'll use strength for that, I think.
Strength is not good.
Ooh, so yeah, you shake it enough that you think you must have disturbed it, and then kind of let him go. You see the green light flicker.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you just seen the green light flicker.
Okay, so maybe I fucked up. Oh.
Yeah.
I just don't appreciate videos being taken of me.
Guys there aiming. No. Yeah, well, I don't appreciate you fucking touching me. You're under arrest, little guy. For assaulting an officer.
Let's don't do this.
He pulls his weapon. He's got his taser. Get out of the vehicle.
Boom! I just fucking...
So, you're going to need athletics to get out of the car.
Hell yeah.
If you Courtney try to jump out of a car.
Yeah, exactly.
If you look pretty.
Nice. Okay. So, you succeed. So, you jump up in the window, and as he takes this as an act of aggression, and you literally, and there's that sort of sonic boom yet again, and as you know, the camera watches, the cop's still there, puts 3 rounds into the seat right where you were. Away you go. Where do you go?
I gotta get the beef stew.
You go back to her house. Okay.
Yeah.
So the scene changes.
They could have gone here, or they could go to Mordred's bookstore.
Yep. You don't see anything. The beef stew is right where you left it. And you left it in a spot in the driveway, as fate would have it, that anyone coming into the driveway, unless they're really paying attention, would run it over. Because just the way things were playing out.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't thinking about like keeping it that safe.
Yep.
I was kind of like open it and smell it.
You're like, yeah, you open it and it still smells wonderful. It's getting a little cold now.
Oh, perfect. I'll eat some of it.
It's delicious. She's a fantastic cook.
Oh yeah, too bad she's wrapped around that
What?
tree like a spider web.
Yeah.
I'll put the lid back on. And I'll take off to Mordred's bookstore carefully
All right.
so I can eat my stew.
So the camera scene changes. You're there. Mordred, you're getting on your motorcycle, heading back to the scene. Do you fly over traffic and shit?
For most of the way, then get back onto the ground and kind of roll up onto the place.
Okay.
With a little more discretion than.
Got it.
That.
Give me a D4 -2 roll, please. D4 -2 for
Of what?
No, just slash roll. I'll let you do it. So you know. This is the general public watching a flying motorcycle overhead. See if they notice. Nope. So picture, right, the cinematic is this fucking motorcycle. Blocks, do you go with him or you stay with Bernfinger?
He didn't really give me an option. He kind of got on his bike and left.
Okay. So ghostly aura kind of dragging behind. But everyone in their cars in traffic they're all on their phones. So as the camera pans along, they're just like looking down and they don't even notice, right? A little social commentary there. So you fly past, and Rocket, you probably cross, I think, along the way based on the timing.
He's just all the way up in the air.
Yes,
So,
yeah. You don't even notice. You're just. So Donovan and Mordred arrive. Within seconds, fingers start pointing over your direction. Your motorcycle's really conspicuous, really loud, and you both, well, one of you is transparent, but you look, you're fairly memorable. What do you do as you approach?
Just rolling up as close as I can.
Okay.
There's two looks. Like he just looks like a kid on a motorcycle right now. He's not full armored up.
Right. You weren't full armored up before either, were you?
On the soccer field for the most of it, yeah.
Okay, but on
And in the
so
grocery store.
okay. So probably even at the scene when you approach, you were probably full armored up. Okay, got it. Then I'm gonna say then if you come looking different, maybe somebody notices kind of people are drawn to it, but the most you get is some cops kind of pushing, kind of telling you to park elsewhere because you park too close, kind of thing. Get away from the accident. There are
All right, then.
2 ambulances, one over by the tree, one over by the rear end collision where the fight happened. And then there's a few cops standing around the car where where the robot body is.
Can I get any kind of distraction there, Donovan?
You're on mute again. I'm going to call
There was
you
a
the
guy there that was fairly belligerent, right?
I'm going to call you the muted marauder henceforth. That's your new superhero name. No, what? Could you repeat everything you just said? Because
There was a guy at the accident before that was fairly belligerent.
Yes, the guy at the very back that blocks girl back there that the Uber guy ran into.
Where is he at?
He's back there talking to a police officer. He has handcuffs on, as it seems that beating up an Uber driver is in fact a crime.
Can you possess things or people?
No.
Just pilot the robot out?
No.
Darn it.
Even still, that would be mind control, and it has no mind.
How many police are with him? Is he in a car yet? Is he being escorted?
He's pushed up against a car. There's a cop there holding him against a car. And there's another cop there talking to the Uber driver still, who seems vindicated. He's got a bloody nose. He's doing something, and he's doing this with his hands, kind of.
Okay. The woman's body in the tree, has it been removed yet? I'm looking for somebody that I could do something with to make a distraction. So is the woman's body in the tree still there, or are they pulling it away?
It is under a sheet. Yeah, it's under a sheet on the ground at this point. The people whose house, who own the house that the tree is in their yard, are there. There are cops there. That's like across the street, though. That's like veritably a block away almost. Around this accident spot, you've got the guy on the scooter who is talking to a cop. There's the cop he's talking to. Right, that's right by the accident because he was the first one to go down, and then a few cars back is where the Uber driver hit, the rear-ended the guy, and so that whole situation's there. The Uber driver, 2 cops, the guy that beat him up, and then whoever's caught in between as witnesses. So there are definitely people around.
Who's near the van? Is anybody near enough to the van to be noticing it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. You notice it like if you were going to carry the body out or something like that?
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't think of what sort of distraction that you want me to make. Do you want me to make that's going to prevent them from seeing you carrying a little girl's body?
Just something so they're not can buy me any amount of time to walk away with that.
The ghost sighs, and your hair kind of rustles, but the angle, you can't see where the air is coming from because of the sunlight.
The woman's body's on the ground with a sheet on it?
Yes. You hover over there?
I'm going to go over there.
Okay. You do.
I'm going to make myself invisible.
Okay. You do. So just a little rustling of leaves as you move along the road.
And at the same time, I am going to try to become tangible and rip the sheet off of her.
Okay. Do it. Explain how that works. What do you have to do to become tangible? You have to try, don't you?
I have to try. I'm looking for that. It requires a spirit roll.
Do it.
So let's see.
Holy shit. Okay.
Holy shit.
So
15, ladies and gentlemen.
So how does that look? So the camera's kind of following behind you, right? And the leaves are rustling, and you kind of approach up this driveway. The newspaper is sitting in their driveway at the end there in a little plastic bag, and so you see your footfall go and squish it down. What is the rest of the scene? What happens?
I'm going to rip the sheet off, just like grab it near her foot and start tugging slowly, and then suddenly with a flourish, rip it off, throw it over my head, and then run down the street. Want a distraction?
Okay. Well then.
I'm
Okay, so you tug it slowly, and at first no one really notices, right? They're certain that she's dead. The scene is you've got the paramedics there. At this point, they're getting a body bag out. The cops are talking to the people who own the house and getting some statements from them, what they might have seen or heard or whatever. Blood everywhere. You pull the sheet. The scene is so grisly. Picture someone flying at, say, in open air at like 60 miles an hour, hitting a really stout oak tree. Just and there's actually a branch that's broken from the force. There's not a bone left.
Pudding made of twigs.
Yes. Like, think of it as like this. It's her limbs would behave like nunchucks because in the middle is just insubstantial, right? So you, this thing, fastest fingered, give me a D4 roll. I'm going to take the first one that comes up in the chat. D4 roll. Oh, okay. So this one flourished up. They're just, what the? They kind of look, grab that blanket. And the owners of the house look down and are like, oh, as they see this corpse. Next D4 roll.
Someone else can do it.
Yep.
Actually, I might not bother throwing it over my head. I think I'll
Too
just
late.
run with it.
Too late. Because this is mid happening. So
Okay.
when the sheet settles down over Donovan, it's bloody. I mean, just really gory, right? There's some like skin and sinew. It just settles in, happens to be on the side that was touching the body. So it's got like the really gnarly shit. And then you just run. You just turn and run away.
Yep.
Everyone freaks straight the fuck out. The owner runs, grabs his wife by the moo-moo and flings her in the door and slams the door shut. The cop turns and hauls ass. The paramedic faints. You're now running where? And are you making any noise? Are you going,
Yes.
What do you do?
Yes,
Make the noise.
I am screaming my head off like I'm being stabbed. Not spooky ghostly sounds, just screaming my head off.
Where are you running to? Exactly.
Away from the van where the robot body's at.
Got it. So this is very successful. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. This, yes. So Mordred, you're there. The cops are just like, what the? Both draw their guns again and start hauling ass because they're not sure what's going on, right? They can't tell that there's not, anything solid underneath there. So they start chasing after the situation. What do you do?
Armor up, talking to my horse/motorcycle. I need you to be a horse and go grab the body, get on the horse, and take off.
Wow.
Because I
Okay.
can't. It's hard. It's easier to hold someone and ride a horse rather than trying to drive a motorcycle with.
Isn't it though? Okay. Well, then you're going to. What does it look like when your armor activates? First of all, what does it say? The sounds like kind of thing.
It's kind of like that, and it's just like magical energy, kind of like I don't know, red light,
Nice.
and it just materializes gradually, like within a couple seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that appears. You call you say that you kind of mentally instruct your motorcycle to become a horse, which it doesn't
Like, come on,
disappear
buddy.
and reappear, but it's almost like this. What was it? Speed Racer or something back that cartoon where And he the buggy became a person or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it literally twists and it seems almost like it pains the horse for a moment. Here's some bones snapping into place, and then there's a war horse standing there, side-eyeing you as it does. It stomps its foot, indicating that it's finished.
All right.
Then what?
Just quickly, walk up, grab the poor girl, and make sure I've got the top of her head if it wasn't already attached, and quickly leave.
So interestingly, you're looking around for the top of the head, and it's there on her head, which you don't know all this shit that transpired with Rocket. It doesn't really matter. You scoop her up, fling her across a horse. Somebody give me a D4 roll
on the
for the
saddle
notice,
in
please.
front of me.
Okay.
D4 roll for what?
This would be the general awareness. Nope. So Donovan is still. He's being chased. There's some whatever. Donovan, are you just running straight down the road, or what? Are you just running around the neighborhood? Like what?
I'm just running around the neighborhood. At some point, I'm going to veer off to the side and run between a couple houses, and just try to lead them on a merry chase. Okay.
So you're doing that.
And when I feel like he's had enough time, I'm going to just ditch the sheet.
Okay. So this is all going on. You are running around. People looking out their windows, whatever. You're scaring the shit out of people. At some point, you kind of make a run to go across the street. The cops deem that it's clear, and the guy shoots at you with a taser, which obviously is not going to do anything. But and he misses anyway. The darts kind of thing past you. Give me a notice roll. Donovan, I'll let you roll this one. This is a D4. Let's see if they notice that you don't have feet.
A notice roll?
Yep. Like just D4. Roll 1D4 is fine. Yeah. And they probably should have failed. They would prefer to have failed. As they're running, they shoot their taser and guys, oh shit! Hey, look, he doesn't have feet! There's no legs! No legs! The guy looks and he looks down and he's like, oh shit! What do you do?
At that point, I think I'll ditch the sheet.
And the he's talking into his shoulder. He's like calling for backup, and the other guy grabs him just as the sheet's like, yo, hang on. Look. Okay, back to Mordred. So you are going to need an agility roll. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Let's use strength. I think you're agile enough to pull her out, but let's use strength to kind of hoist her out and then get her on the horse. Get on the horse whilst carrying the. Ooh.
I did it twice, but.
Yeah, I'll take the first one. Yeah, I'll take the first one. So, with a raise, so you throw her over your shoulder, and what does the camera see? Is it like this heroic vault onto the horse, or what?
I'm not treating her like luggage. I'm treating her like just as a person sitting in front of me, like just holding on to her,
like a fair maiden without a brain. Okay, so you do. So so you climb on the horse, and then the camera watches the horse. How fast does that thing go? Equally as fast?
It's the same. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I'm not sticking the street level for this. I'll get out of here.
Okay. So Donovan, you feel yourself like. As you get pulled, and the further away you are from him when this happens, the less pleasant it is. The bookstore. Henry Bernfinger is lying on the couch. What's Block's girl doing?
Really tell me where he went. I'm assuming he just went to go get that. I'm by myself. Are there any restaurants near here? Because I haven't eaten all day, and I'm really bored. This is all. You haven't got there yet.
I was going the opposite ways to him, so.
Yeah. So there'd be a little you go get food and wait for them to return? Is that what and leave Bernfinger here?
Yeah, I'll let Rocket in.
Okay. So you're
and as Rocket comes in the door, I'm gonna go out the door and be like, "He's all yours." And I'm gonna go get a burger or whatever. Just close.
Okay. We'll eat the stew by ourselves.
So you're winded after all this running. You are absolutely just like, you stop panting, he says, as you're just right by his head.
I have still.
Have you found her? He says.
Oh, yeah. It's an interesting discovery. So it looks like the shell you put her in, or the cube thing, her brain, it was in a shell made by Dr. V.I.L.E. I think you fucked up, bud.
We'll have time for
You want a spoon, or do you just want to put your head in the bowl like me?
He looks down at you, you're like eating this stew. There's no time for eating.
Goddamn, your wife could cook.
There's no time for eating. Is it true? Is she gone? He says. My wife, is she gone?
What?
Is my wife gone? At this point, you notice he moves his arm pretty well. Like he clamps his fist.
I'm going to back up a little bit and go, what about her?
Is she gone? They said she was dead. We must find Rose. Even if she is gone, we must find Rose. Rose is the key. Rose is the key, don't you see? He says.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of like keep antagonizing him a little bit to push him to start moving.
Persuasion.
I'm not good at this.
What, a non-persuasive dog? You can't do puppy dog eyes?
I don't have persuasion.
You can roll unskilled if you click the unskilled button. And the character sheet. Ooh,
oh, my wild die.
Yeah. So how do you...
I do puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, you do. So do you, and you said antagonize them, so you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, right?
Yeah, I keep pushing and prying.
Okay.
Being like, oh, wow, I wish your wife was here. She could really cook up another good meal.
As you put that stew down! And he, and his crooked, fused neck, he stands up and grabs the crock pot and throws it at you. Mangy fuck! He says. Look at me!
You did it!
Look at what you did to me! He says.
I get out of the way, but you did it. You're standing again. Look at you.
Don't you see?
I look at him all proud.
They're going to bring him back. Don't you see?
Well, now you can help us because you can walk and use your arm.
Help you, he says, with his fucking... How am I supposed to help you? He says. Like
you know more about it than anyone.
You and your robot arms, he says.
Yeah, they work better than yours.
He just lets out a scream out of sheer frustration. If she's dead, and if they've taken her head, I have nothing left to live for. They will find me in no time, he says.
Well, no, they haven't taken her head.
You said they took her brain, yes.
Well, yeah, but everything else is there.
That's all that matters. The rest is a shell.
Well, that's not her head. It's her brain. Scientifically, those are just actually two different things.
He is going to attack. He is going to full on fucking rage.
Just eat some stew.
No.
Roll 20.
I saw him getting better, so I wanted to push it out of him.
Yeah. Let me open this up real quick here. Let him make a fighting roll. So he is going to attempt to go away. There it is. Make himself a fighting roll. And, he does not. Yeah. So
I'm
he
just gonna stand there.
Okay. So he hits you. Just basically pummels you.
Is his kick heavy? Count as a heavy weapon?
No, it does not.
Then it does nothing.
Yeah. So he kicks you, though, and physics is what it is. So he kicks you.
Oh yeah.
Like into the entertainment center, and you're just like oof, and he comes at you, trying to stomp you. This time, do you stay put?
Yeah, I just kind of let him get it out of the system.
Okay. Fair enough.
This is fun. I haven't been thrown around like this.
No.
But
So
normally dogs can't even do this.
Yeah, this time he stomps next to you, kind of trying to hit you. He hits you with his toe, but it just kind of slips off of your vest and presses you.
I'm just gonna jump and shunt into him.
Okay. Okay. Give me a fighting roll. Well, okay, yeah. Are you attempting to do serious damage or what?
No.
Okay.
No.
Roll strength. or your fighting damage either way. Yeah. So he will be shaken.
It's only 1d4.
So you basically side into him, throw him off balance. He goes through. He goes through the TV screen, down to the ground. Oh, you fine. We'll settle this some other time. Your friend. He points at the TV. Oh wait, sorry. Wait, is it this side? I don't remember. Yeah, it was this side.
It was that side.
Your friend's gonna be real mad about the TV.
Yeah.
We must find Rose. Where are the rest of your friends?
Well, watchful just went to go get a hamburger. Or probably a cheeseburger. I don't know. She's weird. She might do hamburger.
Vegan cheese.
The ghost, he's wherever Mordred is. Who's he was headed back towards the suburbs, I think. He's the only one who could travel at sonic speeds too, so I think it was him. I don't know. I know where Boxer went to get a hamburger. But
did you know where they took Rose? He says.
Look, they didn't take her. She's still in the van.
Where did they take her brain? He says. That is the important part.
Oh, you just say that.
I did, he says.
Well, do you have a laptop?
At my home. In one of my office.
Well, what the fuck is it gonna do us any good then?
Well, I don't.
How can we use any electronics without him here?
You didn't offer me an opportunity to get my things before you yanked me out of the store and then rammed me into the door on your way to Mach 5!
You wanted me to get you out of there! What do you want from me? I'm a fucking dog! I'm a dog! What do you want? I can only do so much to help you in your dumbass fucking problem! And Rocket just fucking snaps.
You gotta give yourself a Benny, please, and also roll persuasion. +2.
What is persuasion? Unskilled, I guess. I'll just go roll.
Wow.
Hey!
Okay. So, which actually that would ace, right? Because you rolled a 4 on a 4 if you're running all those.
That's true.
So
7.
But yeah, so there you go. And that's important because
I didn't fucking ask for this. I was at the store getting fucking dog treats. I'm trying to figure out my own fucking life, and here you are with all your bullshit. Oh, I wanted to be the manager of the store. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, my fucking neck. Life sucks. I'm a dog.
You see, he a little tear. I get it. Okay. I get it. I should be thankful. They would have killed me.
I pissed on the floor.
Don't. Oh wait, that's not even his house. He doesn't care. He doesn't. So we have to find the brain. There's so much more to say.
Yes, we can track it. I know that. What limited research I got on her shell, I know it still has the tracking device attached to it.
Good. If you my phone is right there. Sorry, I'm blasting the music, and people in the stream are just like, "What the fuck?" My phone. He walks over, kind of like this, over to the table and retrieves his Android device. It's an oversized model, right? Flips open. The important thing, please, just promise me that I don't know how you're tangled up into this, okay? And Rose is inside of the device. Rose is inside of the device next to the AI. And it's the only way I could keep her alive. He's flipping through, and he opens an app. It looks kind of suspiciously, you can see these very, very plain colors and such. Like
I haven't set it down so I can read it.
Okay. He's doing like this since he's not holding
I don't
it.
have like silicone tips. I can't swipe very well. I need an actual laptop.
So
computer, which
yeah.
I could try to build one out of his fridge. It's brand new. Do we have a screen?
He kind of glances over at you like, huh?
Never mind.
Blocks girl, you get a jalapeno burger. What do you order? What's good?
No, whatever, like some vegan stuff or whatever they have.
There's a noodle place. It's got some good tofu.
Okay. Yeah, I just get something crazy.
Okay. So.
And walk back to the. And I was just going somewhere close, so whatever's close to Mordred's bookstore.
You arrive at about the point where this guy's kind of rifling his phone out. The TV screen is cracked, and it's precariously balanced at this point on the entertainment center, like it's about to fall. There's a puddle of piss on the edge of the entertainment center. This guy's up walking around. He's got his phone. You kind of come walking in with the takeout from the noodle bar. There's a crock pot on the ground sideways and a giant splattering of beef stew on a painting on the wall that looks like it was probably 200 years old.
Just kind of taking the theme. I'm like, you guys are going to have some explaining to do.
Shut up. I'm thinking. If we're able to track her, then we should be able to switch to the other app again. And I'm just kind of like instructing him what to do.
He looks up. Will you tell him to shut the fuck up? He says.
He's not my fucking dog.
Whose dog is he? He says.
His own dog.
He seems.
I grabbed one of the many rolls of paper towels that Mordred said he had laying around because dead Jim's always making ectoplasm messes.
Nice. Yeah.
So, and I just kind of like tear off some and like lay it on the pile of dog pee.
I picture that they're still in the bullseye bag. He probably swiped out on his way out the door and as he was leaving.
Yeah. I just kind of opened it up and it's like, what are you guys doing?
We're trying to find the brain.
Do you have a laptop?
Yeah, it's in my pocket. No, I don't have a laptop.
Fucking kids. I'll be back. I just walk out the door. Poof! Okay. I go to my house. I gotta let myself out.
Yeah, that's true. You do. So you leave, and you have to take your mortal vessel for a walk and let it, get some water and whatever you do with it. Get some
stretching in.
Yeah.
Get some water.
So you head back home. Bit. That part of town's not the best. You kind of like it here, but off you go. Mordred arrives. Say right. Let's say within a few minutes of the situation. Block Squirrel, as you're sitting and talking to Bernfinger, do you have any objectives there? Or are you just keeping him company? What do you do?
So what were you guys doing? You found a way to track the ball socket, her head, like whatever that thing is.
It has a location. It has a location device in it. If it's not been disabled, I should be able to.
Couldn't we have used that to start with?
I assumed. Here's the trouble. When you connect to the device, the AI becomes aware. You're not connecting to Rose. Rose is my daughter. She was dying of cancer. The only way I could save her was to upload her consciousness into something else. And there was some experimental companies that would put it in an heirloom so you could talk to your dead relative. But this seemed like so much better. I paid for the core to be stolen from V.I.L.'s laboratory, and I used it. I found out by the location because I told you I hacked his game. While he was busy in court and dealing with that whole thing, I orchestrated the theft of the core. Used it to upload Rose's consciousness, and so it's been. But when you use some of the other capabilities, the AI becomes aware, and it will probably try to protect itself.
Luckily, they have it, not us. So
yes.
Wouldn't it do damage to them?
Well,
or you mean electronically it would protect itself?
No, this depends. You raise a good point. Do you know who these men are? I fear they may serve him. Ignatius
I think you're
V.I.L.E.
probably right.
Well, it serves him as well. There's so much to say. There's so much to say. They will soon be, if my hunch is correct, they will be using interdimensional gates. And you will start to see people arriving out of nowhere, just poof, coming out of nothing. Remember, he wasn't quite there when he was in the car, so he wouldn't have seen it, right?
Yeah, they already have like surfboard guys, big robots. Yeah.
Oh no. We have to find that core. We have to get Rose out of it, and we have to destroy it. It's the only way. If they bring him back, Freedom City's doomed.
Well, that would be terrible because this spot across the street has got some really good tofu.
Just picture you're like eating noodles while he's telling you.
Like you gotta try this stuff. It's pretty good, but like, I mean, despite the fact that we may not have the most like organized approach, I think we might be able to help you out with this mess.
I will do anything. Anything. I know I haven't been fully honest. The fear. You have no idea what he's capable of. And after the injury, seeing what you're capable of, I just figured I would stay here and be safe. I can help, though. Technically, I'm not what I used to be, but I can still hack with the best of them.
You're the next best thing.
You arrive home. Your body is there, very anxious to get out of the energy cage you keep it in. The television is on YouTube for dogs, right? And it's sitting there, and it's wearing a diaper, a big diaper. You take him out and let him wander around the yard a bit.
Yep.
He jumps around. Of course, you arrive very quickly.
I play with him.
Okay. So I'm going to say that's going to be a 10, 15-minute affair, something like that, to get him satisfied. Mordred, you arrive. Spectral Avenger, you pull up.
Carefully take that shell into the building.
Okay, you do. Give me a notice roll. Spectral Avenger. Mordred is too busy with the body and getting the door open. -2, please.
I'm just sitting on like his desk.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I'm not sitting on the actual appropriate place.
Yeah. So you walk in. He walks in with the body and the door's closing. You just kind of pass through the door, leaving slime dripping down the front. Whatever the sign for the front is. You make your way upstairs. You see the scene. You come in at about the point, I think, where he's finished his diatribe and blocks girl saying, "We'll help you." And like on cue, the door opens and you come walking in with the body.
I've got your daughter's shell.
He first of all, he's up and moving around, which you consider to be a miracle. You have no idea that he would have been faking it, right?
You're doing better. What the fuck happened to my house?
As you turn to look, you kind of swing her body. He's coming to approach and like touch her face, and you're like turn, like what the fuck is happening? And move her away from him, and he's like, oh. He's just kind of. Rocket's gone. You don't know what's happened here. Your dog went crazy. I think we worked it out, but then he left. Said something about letting his body out. Rose, oh God, what have they done to you? Oh, please lie her down, he says.
Put her in the chair.
Have
Okay.
you ever moved that place across the street?
Dog. Were you cooking in my house? Where did you even get food?
I got across the street. Have you ever had their tofu? That shit is on point.
Just pointing at the crock pot on the ground. Speechless.
That painting.
That's not me. That
painting costs.
Yeah, no, that was like that when I got back.
The painting is worth the painting was worth $250,000. It's now worth.
You can have it restored.
Yeah.
65 cents.
Yeah, then it would be worth about 100,000 maybe. But yeah, it's the Yankee pot roast juices are just dripping down, and there's like fibrous beef. You know how it separates? It's just kind of splatted, like some kind of weird texture paint. Yeah.
Not concerned so much about how much it's worth. It was probably like all the stuff is here because he thought it was really cool.
Well,
so it's like his favorite painting.
I think she painted that for you, whoever she was.
Oh.
Way back then in that place, wherever that was.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
And unfortunately, it wasn't behind glass.
Nope. Because every once in a while, you just wanted to, yeah. So you're there, and you feel you kind of temper and stuff. They've got her brain. You notice someone behind you. He touches you on the shoulder with his head kind of crooked ass neck. Your dog left, but he said he would help, that you would help me. We have to find Rose's brain, he says.
Where?
I can locate it with this. He holds up his phone.
Why is that turned back on?
Well, the dog was saying, couldn't we find it? And so I turned the locator
They
on.
can track that.
Can't they?
Maybe you shouldn't listen to the dog.
And are you getting angry and starting to kind of look scary?
I'm annoyed. Yeah.
He give me an intimidation roll, please. Ooh.
I'm not very intimidating.
Not particularly intimidating. But if it helps us find, he said you can help me. We just the AI. Oh, fine. He just tosses the phone on the end table. He doesn't turn it off, but he tosses it on the end table.
I think someone should turn that off.
He says, thinking about that.
I went off to go get some stuff to get the goo off that painting.
Okay, so you're in the kitchen. You notice that the paper towels are out and look like they've been opened, and there's a one soaked with urine kind of clinging to the edge of the trash can where it looks like Blocks might have, or someone might have cleaned up some piss.
Just wordless kind of yell, scream.
Okay.
God damn it.
So you're just kind of ranting and that sort of stuff. Blocks, what are you doing at this point? You just kind of wandering around the apartment?
I'm leaving his shit alone because I don't want to really be responsible for any damages or anything like that.
Give me a notice roll while you're doing that.
What'd you say? A notice roll?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
I
Okay.
turn my attention.
I've rolled a natural 1 on every single one of my rolls. Something is
Turn my attention to Blocks Girl and ask,
not possible.
could you please turn his phone off?
Did you catch that, Byron?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, we're not going to be able to track it if we turn the phone off.
And they won't be able to track his phone either.
Well, I mean, at this point, if they come for him, at least we'll know where they are.
You hear. You
I'm
feel
not sure that's how we
the
want to
ground
figure it out.
reverberate. The building almost. It's like a temporal kind of thing. Oh. From outside somewhere.
I grabbed the phone and put it in my jacket pocket.
Okay.
Like the inside leather jacket pocket.
Yep, you put it in there.
Yeah. So if something happens, I still have the phone. And I just gotta wait.
I think we're about to get company.
You've got a bottle of you're sorting through your bottles of cleaner, and you're just like, what? You're like almost
I
reading
need to
labels.
hurt something.
Yeah, like nothing's going to get beef stew off of a priceless painting. It doesn't say that on the back of any of the bottles.
No, I just drop that and go look outside.
Okay.
And see what's there.
So I picture this. You kind of all move up to the window. Rocket is at this point kind of, come on, let's go inside. Come on, boy. Let's go back in your room. you step up to the window, and there is what looks to be a very modern Winnebago, right? Like a really nice camper type vehicle. But it's got all kinds of interesting sort of sci-fi weird apparatus, like this big device bolted to the top of it, which is letting off some sort of pulse. And it's kind of at a really awkward angle down the street. And there's a car alarm going off, like maybe it bumped into it or appeared out of nowhere. What do you do?
Go outside and go right to it.
Okay. Spectral Avenger, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go with him.
You're going to go downstairs? You're going to go through the wall? What are you going to...
I'm going to go downstairs. I don't want it to be immediately clear that I can jump through walls yet.
Okay. Well, I shouldn't have said anything. Stream, forget we said anything. You'll be surprised later. Blocks Girl, what are you doing? So you're kind of still sitting on the kitchen counter or whatever, or wandering around. What do you do?
Yeah, I see Mordred go outside. He's probably like armoring up, I was imagining, since he's going straight out. And I'm like,
there's some weird van parked outside.
I guess I better go see what's going on. So I'll walk out behind him.
Okay. So you walk.
I just kind of like standing in his shadow. So like if somebody like I get his picture like the cinematics of like a villain or somebody like looking at him and be like, "What are you gonna do all by yourself?" And then I just kind of pop out from behind him.
Nice. So the three of you step out. Rocket again is putting back the energy force field and whatnot, and kind of has got.
I'm gonna kind of like gather all kinds of like advanced electronics.
Yep.
That I would think I could use at this point, or have like CPUs,
yep.
Anything to at this point build electronics, since Mordred lives in a fucking dumpster.
Yeah. So you gather up all this stuff, and you're getting ready to leave. The three of you step out and are walking down the sidewalk. Let me change the map so you understand what's going on here. This is important, I think. So let's get off of the fucking four-way stop. I think that trope is done now. And let me zoom out for the stream to be able to not. All right. So you guys see that? I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So that is Mordred's shop. And above it is Mordred's apartment, and that is where, obviously, you see the Winnebago, right? As you step out into the street there,
Mordred's shop is the corner building.
No, it's where
it's next to.
See where you all are.
All of our characters.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. No worries. This thing loads completely zoomed in.
Okay.
See it? Okay. So the three of you step out. Rocket's back home just yet. There's a single guy. You don't know. Well, you think he's single. He looks single. He's short and ugly. He's a thug type guy in a hoodie, smoking a cigarette or something illicit, leaning up against the door. But that's about it. Give me a notice check as you step out. I mean, it's just a really weird looking Winnebago. That's all for now. Eric, was that you? You rolled 4? Is that you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll take
Mordred
that.
rolled a 7.
Why did it not update?
And
Oh, it did.
Waxwell
Okay.
and
No,
I
I got mine. I
updated
just
very good.
I got it. So Mordred, you're focused and just walking, just like with laser. You're just thinking to yourself, like, hopefully it's not like a gimmick van or like one of those pull up on the side and charge people to game or something. As you're walking up toward the van, the guy's there, looks at you casually, and just with his flat of his hand, just bam, 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 smacks on the door. The door explodes outward. This tumbles out, crumpled metal flying out. And you, stepping out of this, is this fleshy mass of a person covered in tattoos, awkward with layers of callus growing over the tattoos and then being tattooed on some more. This guy is just basically physically made out of callus. He has this waggling appendage behind him with a callous mallet waving up as if he's ready to fight, and his left hand, which he pulls a big bag off of, is roughly 14 to 15 times the size of a normal human hand. It's like this. Hi, let's talk. And we are going to end the stream right here.
Oh, shit.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching Myth Brigade. It's Sunday. We all have to go to work.
See you next time.
Yeah.